Hello students, welcome back to Arman Educational Tutorials. How are you all? I hope you're all fine and doing well by the God grace. Students, in this video I'm going to teach you about the essay written by A.G. Gardiner on saying please. Students, before getting into the topic, let's learn about the author A.G. Gardiner. As usually, we learn in every video before starting the lesson, and the reason also I have explained you. Always begin your answer with the introduction of the author and then about the story and the title of the story. Explain the title, and later on you go through with the characters, importance of the characters, and highlight the important topics and the lines. So let's learn about the Alfred George Gardiner, born in 1865 and died in 1946. Was one of the most distinguished English essayists of the 20th century. He wrote under the pen name Alpha of the Plough, drawing ideas from his essays from the real life situations. His essays are delightful, humorous, and thought-provoking, dealing skillfully with the simple as well as serious subjects. His essays appeared in volumes such as Prophets, Priests, and Kings and Pillars of the Society, which contain funny sketches of famous personages. Students, now coming to the title on saying please, based on is an apt commentary on the mannerism of people in the society, based on three magical words and the golden expressions please, thank you, and sorry. So, A.G. Gardiner wants people to be civil and courteous. And he also explores the issue of politeness as an extremely important and indispensable feature of civil society. Politeness, he urges, is that which keeps the social life of civilized man well oiled and friction free. A good temper gives rise to naturally pleasant behavior that radiates pleasantness all around. Conversely, if we do not adopt good manners, we will poison the whole atmosphere and spoil the stream of life. So, students, the writer shares some of his experience in these regards with different incidents. Students, the essay begins with the author recounting an incident of a lift attendant who threw a passenger out of his lift. The problem was that the passenger rather rudely demanded to be taken to the top floor. The liftman wanted a more polite request prefaced with the word please. Since the passenger refuses to use the word, the liftman threw the passenger out of the lift. So students, in such situation, our author wanted to insist on us, why don't we say please? Why can't we use? Why ego is coming in between please? Let's stop using ego and start using please and kind polite expression. To be civil to others is a social practice. When you go out, when you meet many, how you react with the people, so it makes us civil. Though there is no law which compels us to say please or thank you, there is a social practice which is more sacred than any law which expects us to be civil and to acknowledge a service. In the case of the liftman, the passenger was being uncivil and rude to him. So, most people would sympathize with the liftman. Even the author feels that the liftman deserves respect from the complainant or the passenger. On the other hand, the writer feels that the liftman would have had a more subtle and effective revenge if he had treated the gentleman with the elaborate politeness. Then he would have had victory not only on the boorish gentleman but over himself, because a polite man may lose the material advantage, but he would always have a spiritual victory. So here, liftman's attitude is not appreciable because he is reapproaching bad manners with bad manners. And also writer giving one example over here. When some burglar comes into the building, one is allowed to hit him, but if anyone hurts anyone's feelings, the rule is silent. Students, here Burglar means thief. Students, now coming to the next incident, the writer had a very good experience from a bus conductor who was very polite and passenger friendly. One day, the writer boarded his bus and found that he had forgotten his pocket at home. That means he had no money now. He was penniless. Generally, in such a case, the bus conductor looks at the passenger with anger, doubt, and hatred, assuming that the passenger is cheater. However, this great conductor understood the writer and showed kindness. The writer told the bus conductor that he wanted to go back home to get the pocket, but the conductor made him feel comfortable and offered him a ticket for free. The author is especially impressed by the fact that the conductor would got out of the bus, asking the driver to wait for him, so as to take the blind across the road or around the corner. Students, here A.G. Gardner adds that the just as good weather uplifts our spirit. Good natured people too bring about positivity. Their charm cannot be resisted by even unfriendly people. The author concludes the essay by observing that rudeness seems to be the aftermath of war. He earnestly appeals to his readers to bring back civility to social behavior. With old people, he was as considerate as a son. Here, student, he means conductor. He was extremely as caring as a father. He treated an atmosphere of good temper and kindness. Therefore, journey with him was a lesson in natural courtesy and good manners. The writer was very pleased with the conductor's way. He liked the ease with which he worked. Students, overall, the writer says that if we come in contact with a good manners person, we too become good. The bus conductor's good conduct, courtesy, and sense of humor had a positive impact on his passengers. Once the conductor friend happened to trample on the writer's sensitive toe. Actually, he had hurt the writers badly, but since the conductor was so nice, the writer bore the pain silently and told him that he had not hurt him. Students, here the conductor friend showed very good patience and tried his best to make his passengers feel comfortable in his bus and proved that an ordinary calling simple and undignified profession may be dignified by good temper and kindly feeling. We should take lesson inspiration from such people. Students, hence the author advises to restore good manners to make a life happy one. One should teach moral lesson to those who are guilty of bad manners. In this connection, people should follow the example of Lord Chesterfield. During that time, London streets were without pavement. Students, here pavements means footpath. Once Lord Chesterfield met a person in the way who said, "I never give the wall to a scoundrel." But Lord Chesterfield replied, "I always do." This victory of Lord Chesterfield was more lasting. He concludes the essay by stating that the liftman also might have followed the foot of Lord Chesterfield instead of punishing the man. Man means here the passenger who said top. A.G. Gardner sums up his essay by saying that politeness and good manners are the basic requirement of civility. Please or thank you are small words, but these magical words have a great effect on mutual relationship. So, students, the writer urges us to restore these manners and behaviors so that society can become a safe and pleasant place to live in. So students, I hope you have understood the lesson very well. So students, I have prepared this summary examination point of view. So please share this summary with your friends and help them, and as well as subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon so that you will get the notification of the upcoming lessons. And don't forget to give your valuable feedback. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Until then, keep learning. We'll meet you soon in the next video with the topics prose and poetry. Prose, seeing people of the poetry called Ulysses from Unit 3. Until then, keep learning.